Good evening. It is late night here on the East Coast in the US, and it is Valentine's Day. It's been Valentine's Day all around, Saint Valentine, and we are celebrating all things love and romance today at the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. My name is LD Robinson, and I am one of your readers for today. And we invite you to go over to Fresh Book Festivals on YouTube and watch the readings that are there as well. And we will upload those to our page, particularly our two readings from yesterday and today by Miss Donna Gray Banks of Fresh Book Festivals. We'll upload those to our pages and sites as well on our channel on YouTube. Well, today is Love and Romance Day. It is day 14 of the International Great Black Read Aloud 2020 Great Black Read Aloud Day 2022, what we affectionately call TIGBRAD. And so we're reading every single day of the month, and we are giving voice to words written by Black people all around the world. You'll have to forgive the light, but I wear glasses, and so there's a little bit of reflection. And when I put it to the side, it just doesn't do what it's supposed to. Um, so today our selection is centered around love and romance. But before I get started, I like to share something because of a conversation I had with a friend earlier today. And I like to share something about love. And so there are different types of love. There's agape love. That's the love that, God exhibits toward us. And there is phileo love, and that's the kind of love that we have with family and friends. And there is eros love, and that is the erotic love, the romantic love. And I want to encourage you, don't leave out any of the types of loves that you can experience in life. Um, don't focus because it's Valentine's Day. A lot of the love is focused on erotic love, but I want to encourage you to celebrate being loved by your family, being able to have a family to love, have friends to love. All those things are important, and certainly um, your creator. And don't miss out on any of the types of loves that are available because things tell us that we should be romantically in love, but there our love is fulfilled when it is rounded out properly and fully and wholly. And by that I mean WHOLLY. When it's all the way rounded out, it makes all the other loves just that sweeter. It makes um, when you're able to share in the love with someone's family, it makes your erotic love sweeter. When you're able to share in the love with your creator, it makes um, your phileo love sweeter. So all of them go together. And so don't just focus on whether or not you have erotic love in your life, whether you have that guy or that woman in your life. Focus on all the loves. It'll help your life be fuller and you will enjoy it. And I say that as a romance writer and an avid romance reader. And so today our selection is obviously a romance novel. And so we are reading today from Miss Zuri Day. And our selection is Sweet Heat by Zuri Day. And we're going to read chapter 2. And we want to remind you that you should subscribe to our website, and you should go over to greatblackreadaloudday.org and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay in touch with us and we can stay in touch with you. And you can read along with us and read aloud with us throughout the year as we are going about our day. So our selection for love and romance is Sweet Heat by Zuri Day. And I love a good romance novel that ties food in with it, because food is like that. For me, it is that thing that communicates love. I don't know if it's because my mother and my grandmothers were such great cooks, and you could really taste the love that went in their food. Um, there's nothing like having someone go out of their way to make something special for you, to show you that they love you. And I've been very blessed to have my mother and my grandmothers, all three of my grandmothers, do that for me throughout the years. And while my grandmothers have gone on, the legacy of their love through food is still with us, and it is still lasting. And I look forward to being able to carry it on and share that with my nieces and my nephews, and any children if I have any. um, I look forward to that. Even just sharing the recipes and sharing things. I was sharing with someone the other day that my grandma Evelina actually taught me how to fry chicken, and that has stayed with me. And I've embellished upon it, and even tried it out on my other grandmother. And so my other grandmothers, I'll tell you. And so it's high praise when they like your fried chicken. So anyway, Sweet Heat is about food and love. And so we're going to read chapter 2. Marvin entered the Los Angeles Convention Center South Hall and welcomed the blast of cool air that greeted him. April had brought an unusual amount of rain to Southern California, and if this second Saturday was any indication, it looked as though May would bring the heat. After discovering that the contest Byron had mentioned was on the Chow Channel, the newest network to focus on food, Marvin had decided to enter after all. He thought maybe a new network would lead a different outcome than what had happened with his previous attempts. Plus, as Liz had said, the only way to win a contest was to enter it. So here he was. Marvin lifted his purple and gold Lakers ball cap to wipe away sweat, walked over to a list of instructions displayed on a large screen, and then scanned the auditorium for the letter designating which aisle he should enter. He ambled amid at least 1,000 others doing the same. With the kind of prizes being offered, he'd figured the turnout would be huge. It was. Looked like every cook in California had come after that prize money, maybe some from Oregon and Nevada too. He spied a large letter C on the room's opposite side and began working his way through the noisy masses to get there. Each entrant had been asked to bring a single serving of a dish that best represented who they were as a cook or chef. After a week of baking samples to his family's delight and taking votes, he brought 3 individually packaged slices of the pecan log cake. And I have to tell you, you really have to read chapter 1 to find out about, read the beginning part to find out about this pecan log cake. I want somebody to try and make that. Um, while his brother Byron's wife had fought diligently on behalf of his sweet potato souffle, Marvin's latest creation was the overwhelming favorite. It was Liz's suggestion to bring several slices in case one got dropped and another got stolen. Forms of sabotage, she suggested. Best not to take chances. Aisle C was crowded. CA through CL on one side, CM through CZ on the other. He reached his area and walked toward a loud-talking woman as she took a step back. Sassy attitude swung around. Excuse you, doughboy. Watch where you're going. As big as my behind is, I know you saw it back there. Had she just called him doughboy as though she knew him like that? A picture of indignation getting with Marvin in a way that reminded him of his mama. He did a quick, barely noticeable body scan. Now that she mentioned it, that behind was an attention grabber. Liz called them Carter catchers because they were all butt men. Marvin didn't know whether to be insulted or to fall in love. He decided on staying focused, read her name tag, and stepped behind her. You can't say sorry? I could, but I'm not. You stepped back at the same time I moved forward. So I could be the one copping an attitude right now and seeing you ran into me. And with all this going on, he paused, emphasizing his body. I can see why. The woman's shocked expression made him laugh. Clearly, she wasn't used to getting what she served out dish being back to her. What's your name? She leaned forward to read the label stuck to his shirt. Marvin Carter. Figures. What do you mean? Common name for a common brother. Trying to work my nerves on the very first day. Oh, I get it. Working those jaws helps calm your nerves. Might as well get your digs in now, because more than likely this first day of the competition is going to be your last. A collective combined groan and gasp went up from those who heard him. He watched her raise her brow and take a breath. Darling, she said, her voice changing from a loud caustic tone to one that was almost soft, almost loving. I'm going to slice you and the rest of this competition up just like a loaf of fresh bread. The bread you slice, Marvin countered, will be the award winning loaf I baked and gave to you as a consolation prize. Chuckles, oohs, and ahs commenced from the contestants who stood nearby, and more who gathered, egging them on. Yes, but that award your mama gave you for cooking in her kitchen doesn't count. It was cute, she hurriedly continued, having gained the audience and the upper hand. Her eyes beamed, and he noticed a dimple when she smiled. But it doesn't count. Obviously, you can't either, Marvin said, his demeanor relaxed, pausing long enough to let her take the bait. How do you figure? She chomped on the hook like he knew she would. Time to reel her in. Because if you could, he read her name tag, Naomi Carson, you would have already counted yourself out. This woman didn't know he'd grown up in a house with four boisterous brothers and Liz Carter, the ace trash talker. He could hang with her all day long. Good thing, too, because Naomi wasn't done. So you're up on your numbers. How about your ABCs? Because you are about to be chopped. A hand motion was added for emphasis. I hope you can cook. I really do. Because your chances of making it as a comedian are slim to none. Boy, bye. I'm done with you. Let's let our food do the talking. We'll see who's got jokes when the day is over. All right, Miss Carson, I'll accept your truce for now. Naomi smiled wide, and as she looked around her, y'all see how he backed down when I mentioned food? She looked at him. All right, Mr. Carter. She held out her hand. Truce. He shook a hand that was silky soft to the touch. Their eyes met. His D jumped. Dang, she had nice lips. All that trash talking out of such a pretty face. Marvin had never subscribed to society's beauty standards. He dated every size, race, and age, but he had a special thing for big, pretty girls. Probably because his first love was fluffy. Average man would tell you that there was nothing like some fluffy love. He almost groaned aloud. Best to get his mind fixated on something other than her body. He nodded toward the stainless steel container she held. What did you bring? A slice of heaven. You're a pastry chef? No, but when it comes to dessert, I can hold my own. This is a savory dish, though. What, a pizza? Sorta, kinda. Pretty simple, don't you think? You tell me. Naomi opened a peephole in the specially sealed container. Marvin bent down to take a peek, bent down for a sniff, came up frowning and fanning his nose. What is that? Naomi smirked. You know what? I don't even know you, and I can't stand you. Even at room temperature, you know that smells delicious. She smelled it herself. That is some good cooking right there. She looked at the woman in the line next to theirs. Here, smell it. She complied. Smells good. Goat cheese, right? Yes. And pork? Naomi nodded, then turned to Marvin. The cheese is probably what you smelled but couldn't identify. Girl, I know goat cheese when I smell it. I know doo-doo when I smell it too. Oh my gosh. Naomi burst out laughing along with some others. I can't with you. Marvin laughed too. I'm just messing with you. Let me check that out again. No, because you're probably going to spit in it or try some other way to sabotage me. Check this out, Naomi. He flipped back the cover to the peephole on the stainless container he held, the same as Naomi's, a specially made container with a vacuum seal, which was sent out by the contest organizers, designed specifically to keep prepared food fresh and bacteria free. Marvin held it out to her first, and then to a few others. Comments came from all sides. Wow, that looks good. What is that? I want a piece. Why don't you let me break open that container for you? I'm a judge. No, really. I'm in line and all that, but as a decoy. Marvin looked at the guy, three people behind him, who looked all of 16. You don't look old enough to drive, let alone judge. The contestant went red all the way to his platinum blonde roots. I might only be 18 and just graduated high school, but I know my way around the kitchen. Naomi waited while the chatter died down. It looks all right. Marvin gave her a look. You know you want a bite of what's in here. Only because I didn't have breakfast. It's a box cake, right? Oh, Marvin gasped and reached for his heart. She said a box cake. He looked around. Did y'all hear that? I heard it, said the young teen. Marvin turned around. Hey, what's your name, man? Ryan. They shook hands. So later on, Ryan, when I win this whole thing, you'll be my witness to this woman's insults and how deep she pushed the knife. Marvin covered the peephole. I don't even see how your dish is going to get tested. How are they going to taste savory dishes containing pork, eggs, and whatnot without the threat of getting salmonella poisoning? The special container, obviously, Ryan said. Plus, we're going first, Naomi added. Marvin looked at her. How do you know? Oh, so you can't cook and can't read either. It was Marvin's turn to chuckle. Why are you being so mean to a brother? Mean? Moi? You call mine a doo-doo dish and I'm the cruel one? You're right. Probably shouldn't have said that. No doubt, but that was kind of rude. I apologize. Sorry. You're right. Probably shouldn't have said that. Don't get soft on me now because I'm still going to go hard if you meet me in the kitchen. No doubt, but that was kind of rude. I apologize. So the savory dishes go up first? We'll split up in the next room. Entrees or dishes that require heat will be one group. Desserts will be another, and so on. Our dishes have to be at a certain temperature to be considered safe. With all of these people lined up in here, there's no telling who is judging. Probably regular folk just like us. Guinea pigs, Marvin joked. Gangsters, Naomi countered. Anybody willing to taste food from a stranger brought off the street has a large pair of cojones. That's a mafia move. The sound of a microphone being handled caused everyone's attention to shift to a raised platform at the front of the large room. Hey, that's Da Chin. Marvin lowered his voice and leaned toward Naomi's ear. He won his truck off the Great Truck Championship a couple of years ago. That brother can cook. Naomi shushed him. I want you to be sure and hear these instructions so that when you lose and see me driving around town in the first prize, you'll know exactly how it happened. And that is from our selection today, Love and Romance, Sweet Heat by Zuri Day. A good read if you like food. It is a book for you because this is all about some very tasty treats, not only in food, but in romance as well. Well, we are done with day 14 of the International Great Black Read Aloud Day 2022, Love and Romance. And we want to encourage you to continue listening to us and continue reading. We want you to subscribe and get our newsletters, stay in touch with us, as we said before, so that we can stay in touch with you. And then we want you to come back and join us again tomorrow for day 15. It is day 15. We are moving right along. Day 15 of the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. And so we are going to, let me pull this up so that we can remind you of what our schedule is. And our schedule tomorrow is a miracle of technology here. Tomorrow is day 15 and it is motivational. And so we look forward to bringing something to you tomorrow that will be motivational, that will encourage you to go along and do what you need to do and be all that you can be. And of course, love freely and love wholly and completely. First, beginning with yourself, with your creator and with yourself. And we want to remind you that love makes the world go round. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.